What's up Flakes Nation, it's Travis here, and today let's break down the top 20 most valuable cards for Eevee Heroes. Now Eevee Heroes is reportedly one of the most popular recent sets. I mean, who doesn't love Eevee and the evolutions? And there's so many amazing cards in this set, and just about everybody I know who opened this set had an amazingly fun time. By the way, check out my Eevee Heroes booster box and VMAX box opening video if you haven't already seen them. It's worth your time, trust me. Anyway, as usual, if this is your first time here, we are using 3 indicators for our price guide, namely eBay, Card Rush Japan, and UUT. So eBay last sold gives us an up-to-date, accurate reflection of the price that people worldwide are paying for a card right now. Card Rush and UUT are generally the selling prices of these cards over in Japan. Also leave in the comments now if you're watching the premiere, which card is your favorite from Eevee Heroes and which card do you think is the most expensive. Some cards may be obvious, but there are some that's sure to surprise you, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. So guys, without further ado, let's bring out our 20th spot. Alright guys, look at all these beautiful evolutions. So these are the free promo evolutions when you purchase the exclusive VMAX box. And you get a random one, either the VAPOREON, the FLAREON, the GLACEON, or my favorite, the ESPEON. Not gonna lie, these looks absolutely beautiful. But pricing wise, they are hovering about $20 to $30 right now. And usually promos, in general, they are not worth that much. If you talk about these, they are already much more expensive than your typical promos, like the Shining Face Eevee or the Champion's Path Charizard. So basically, the price of these will be directly correlated to the price of the VMAX box itself. And if you're first time here, you see that I've listed the prices for eBay and followed by Card Rush and UUT as well. So in general, UUT, as you'll see later, they are about $500 or yen more than Card Rush Japan. And you'll see that prices sold on eBay are generally more expensive than the Japanese websites. There's a discrepancy because prices listed on these Japanese sites, they are essentially the true worth of these cards in Japan, the original place of manufacturing. So when you look at eBay prices, you have to take into account shipping and also the difficulty of getting the products. People are willing to pay a premium. So like typical locals or people living in Japan, they'll be able to get the cards much cheaper. If you're thinking of buying cards directly from these Japanese sites, right, you can, but you still have to pay a premium, shipping and all that. So that's why people rather just buy from eBay, especially if say they're in the United States. Most listings are in the US. Okay, coming in at number 19th is the Scent Lady or the Aroma Lady. So this is the only waifu in the set, and basically she's not an iconic gym leader or Elite Four waifu, so there's nothing really special about her. Her design is cute though, and I guess some people will like it, but value wise, don't expect a lot. So eBay last sold, we are looking at $35 to $40. I think it may have even dropped recently. And over at Card Rush and UUT, it's about 2,800 to 3,000 yen. So essentially, we are looking at long run, we're looking at maybe a $20 to $25 card. Still a very nice looking full art and definitely nicer than the rainbow variant. Okay, so the first of many Umbreons you're gonna see in this list. So regarding these cards' rarity, you will notice a pattern if you don't already know, that the value is directly correlated to the rarity of the card, and usually you can tell by the tier. So for example, any of the evolutions that's a normal V card is going to be cheaper than the normal VMAX. The normal VMAX is going to be cheaper than the alternate art V. The alternate art V is going to be cheaper than the rainbow VMAX. And then there's a second alternate art for the V card. This is going to be more expensive than the rainbow VMAX. I know it is confusing already. Then the top tier is the alternate art VMAX. These are the most expensive. So you will see this trend in the list as well. So this Umbreon, I guess, is special because it's the most expensive V card, and once again due to popularity. And I think it's a pretty cool design. I especially like the background colors. And you see Umbreon just having that very smug look on his face. There's an even more smug one coming up later on. Alright, number 17 is one of my personal favorites, the Gold INTELEON. I love this card. Usually gold cards aren't worth as much as say the alternate arts, but it also depends on the specific Pokemon. Like if you remember the gold Snorlax or the gold Houndoom, those were pretty expensive. In this case, I don't think there's a lot of INTELEON fans, but he was my guy. He was my starter Pokemon when I played Sword and Shield. And I especially love the color on the shiny variant. And it has a pretty cool pose going on. So everything just works. Over at eBay, it's about a $40 card, and over at Card Rush Japan and UUT, it's about mid 3,000 yen. So personally, I haven't pulled it yet, and I mean, pricing aside, I would love to get hold of this card. Our 16th spot goes to the Jolteon V Alternate Art Super Rare. So when it comes to the evolutions, right, other than Umbreon, Sylveon and ESPEON, it's pretty random in terms of the other evolutions pricing and popularity. And based on the data that we have, this Jolteon V Super Rare is the cheapest amongst the evolutions. Maybe its art is not the best. I mean, it's good, but when you compare it to the rest, I think the art style looks pretty weird. The perspective is quite off. And I don't really get what Jolteon is trying to do. It's like it's jumping in fear. It's not a cool pose. So I don't want to continue hating on it. I mean, it still looks amazing. The colors, the shading, and the whole concept. The concept is cool, but the execution leaves a lot left to be desired. So yeah, I was expecting more for Jolteon and Original Evolution. Leave in the comments, guys, what do you think of this card? Anyway, in terms of pricing, so this is the cheapest Evolution V Super Rare Alternate Art card. eBay last sold, we are seeing about $55 to $60, and over at Card Rush Japan and UUT, it's about the same as well, around $55. So number 15, we have the FLAREON V Alternate Art Super Rare card. So my first impression was that at first there's so many amazing alternate artwork, and this didn't stand out that much. But I'm not gonna lie, the more I look at this FLAREON card, the more it's growing on me. I love the fireside concept, and if you take a close-up look, it's actually refueling the fireside with its flames. Now this is a perspective shot done right. When I compare this to the Jolteon, it's a night and day difference. The FLAREON looks amazing, true to its original design, and the proportions are great. The art and detail in this is just amazing. Take a look at the background and the overall orangey shade. And also it's interesting to note that this is a single strike Pokemon. So what I noticed, and you'll see later on, is that I don't know if they are more powerful in the trading card game, but these Pokemon with single strike or rapid strike label, they tend to be more expensive as well. But artwork wise, I think among the V cards, this is the second best. The SYLVEON one is the best, which we'll talk about later on. So pricing wise, this is just a notch above the Jolteon, but overall at the Japanese websites, they are pretty similar. Like I said, it's all pretty much neck and neck among the remaining evolutions other than the top 3. So number 14, wow, this was a surprise for me at first, is the UMBREON VMAX Rainbow Rare. So this is the first HR on our list and the cheapest one as well. Now Rainbow Rares can be a hit or miss, but this time, guys, it's an Umbreon. So this is gonna be a heavy hitter. I appreciate the rainbow shade on this so much. The pose on Umbreon is absolutely amazing. If you compare between this and the previous V card, this one actually looks like it is in action and it's just much cooler. And once again, the rainbow shade is just amazing. Like, I know some people think that rainbow shades are just lazy and no creativity. You just splash a rainbow shade over it. But I think we can all agree that this is a rainbow rare done right. So pricing wise, you'll notice that not many of the VMAX Rainbow Rare evolutions actually cost as much as a Super Rare V card. There's only 2 Rainbow Rares that beat the V cards in pricing. This Umbreon, and you already know the next card that's coming up next. But anyway, very strong prices. Over at eBay, we are looking at about $65 to $70, and over at Card Rush and UUT, they are valued pretty highly as well. So it's kind of jumbled up at this tier, and it really depends on the Pokemon. So let's move on to the next card. So of course, whenever there's an Umbreon, there's a Sylveon following closely behind or in front this time. Our 13th spot goes to the Sylveon VMAX Rainbow Rare. Guys, can we just agree that Sylveon looks like it's just made for the rainbow shade? Just look at how nice the colors fit into its design. So once again, this is another example of a rainbow variant done right. I just have a little to nitpick regarding the pose. It's a SYLVEON and I was hoping for a more cute or adorable pose. I mean, this one, it looks so angry. Maybe that's what makes it cute. But to me, it's pretty weird to see SYLVEON in this pose. So I think the Umbreon Rainbow Rare has the one-up in the pose department. But still, amazing, amazing. Eevee Heroes is just... sheesh! Hits after hits. Okay, eBay last sold $60 to $70. I won't be surprised if the price of this goes up. And over at Card Rush and UUT is identical to the Umbreon VMAX Rainbow Rare. So ultimately, it really depends on which evolution has more fans and how much you and I are willing to pay for a card like this. So hey, we have an OG Kanto evolution here. Number 12 is the Vaporeon V Alternate Art Super Rare. And this is a Rapid Strike Pokemon as well. So I really have to comment on this artwork as well. It's another hit for me. And it looks like Jolteon really got the short end of the stick. Amazing color shade and background design. I don't really know why it's all curled up or what it's doing, but guys, take a look at the details of the coral reefs and the marine plants, and this overall encapsulating shot is just brilliant. I love it. So prices, if you compare these to the previous two, is kind of neck and neck, but this is an alternate V card and it's a very nostalgic Pokemon, so I'll place this above the Umbreon and SYLVEON in terms of value. eBay last sold around $65, and just once again, we are still in the same tier, guys. Okay, Japanese, eBay, whatever, we are still in the same tier. Wow, our 11th spot goes to the Leafeon V Alternate Art Super Rare. So similar to FLAREON V, the more I look at this card, the more I love it. I know Leafeon isn't the strongest evolution in the games, but it's one of my favorites, very well designed. The colors of Leafeon in this card particularly stands out, and it's just brilliant. And if you look at its expression, it looks like it's actually spotted some danger, or maybe something woke it up from its sleep. I don't know. I love the background with the stack of leaves. You see the branches, you see leaves just falling. Kind of gives off an autumn vibe. Leafeon looks true to its original design, and the proportions are good as well. So I'm pretty happy to see that this card actually gets the recognition and value that it deserves. And making our top 10th spot, I've seen this card appear a lot of times in my feed. It's the GLACEON Alternate Art Super Rare card. I didn't know GLACEON was this popular. At first, I thought the art was pretty underwhelming when you compare it to the other alternate artworks. But I guess this card is a vibe, you know. Personally, I prefer cards with the Pokemon in action. That's just me. So with this chilling design, I mean, okay, it fits its type. Nice winter forest background. Could be a little darker though. And I wonder what GLACEON is thinking. Maybe it's thinking why it's valued so highly as well. Oh, okay, I have a more somber and dark interpretation. If you guys take a look at the flowers, the yellow flowers, GLACEON is that like something buried underneath that? Am I thinking too much, guys? Is GLACEON actually... Oh, this is getting really dark. GLACEON actually looking at a dead body or his or her dead friend? Ooh, we are going there, Anyway, okay, back to the card price. So, eBay last sold, maybe it's commemorating his friend who passed away. I don't know. I have a wild imagination. Okay, eBay last sold $65 to $75, and this is the first time we have broken through 6,000 yen with UUT listing this card at actually 7,000 yen. So congratulations if you pulled this card. Very highly valuable card. Okay, so number 9 is the ESPEON V Alternate Art Super Rare. The artwork on this card has the psychedelic style, which to be honest, I'm not a big fan of. The only one I truly like is the Blaziken from Matchless Fighters / Thrilling Reign. For this card, the art looks incomplete to me. I mean, it's like quite haphazard. Like you just anyhow drew it without much effort. Compare it to the FLAREON and the Leafeon. I mean, I love the concept though, using its psychic powers to lift up the books so that it can add more knowledge to its database. And guys, you can actually even see Eevee on one of the books, but just a wasted concept. It could do so much better with a properly drawn art. I mean, end of the day, art is really subjective, right? So to each his own. But prices wise, this is the third most expensive V card, coming in at $70 to $80 eBay last sold, about $59 over at Card Rush, and about $73 over at UUT. Okay, so number 8 is the Special Dark Energy, and this may be a surprising entry to some, but as usual, these special rarity energy cards, they rank pretty high. For some people, they are collector's item, and I don't have much else to say to it. I mean, this is associated with the UMBREON, so the most popular evolution. Naturally, the associated energy will be expensive as well. eBay, people selling at $80 to even $100 I've seen, but whether people are buying it is another question. And over at Card Rush Japan, $64 approximately, and UUT at $73. Okay, so number 7, I actually pulled this card myself. It's the SYLVEON V Alternate Art Super Rare. So this is a Rapid Strike card, and guys, how sweet is this card? You talk about adorable art designs. This card is just cuteness overload. At first when I saw this, I thought this was the only alternate art, and I was already blown away. Then I found out there's even a VMAX AA. I know this is definitely one of the most popular cards in Eevee Heroes, and personally I have to agree. Everything comes together in this card for me. The Pokemon is well drawn, the pose is so cute, it's serving you the cupcake, just cuteness overload, and one of the best background designs as well. Classy without being overbearing. And personally, because I pulled this card, so I've seen it close up, and the hollow shine really hits different. It's like 3 different angles, so that's really dope. And this is the first card to crack $100, both in US and locally as well. And this is the second most expensive V card, so of course you know which one is more expensive than this coming up next. So once again, when there's SYLVEON, there's UMBREON. Coming in at number 6 is the UMBREON V Alternate Art Super Rare. And this is a single strike Pokemon, the king of all evolutions and the most expensive V card, unsurprisingly. If you ask me, I prefer the art style on SYLVEON, but this one is still nothing short of badass. UMBREON is looking sinister, like it's giving Thanos vibes. And you guys can see what looks like a pincer and a Grimmsnarl just ready to do its bidding. And once again, talk about smug. It's so overconfident, like looking down on its minions, but so cute at the same time. And definitely one of the top chase cards in Eevee Heroes. eBay last sold easily and over $100 card. And this card is priced pretty highly over at UUT and Card Rush as well. So essentially we are talking about a solid $100, $120 card when you pull this. So our 5th spot, finally we have reached our alternate art VMAX hyper rare cards. Starting the top 5 positions, we have this SYLVEON VMAX. And this is the cheapest VMAX out of the lot, once again due to popularity. I really like the colors on this artwork, but what I personally dislike about Eevee Heroes in general, once again, is some of the art style. Some of this is like this one and the Jolteon, it's really disproportionate, but that's just my nitpick. The SYLVEON's one are great though. Actually, a side note, if you notice all of these alternate arts, they are drawn by different artists. So that's why there's a lack of consistency as well. So sometimes for me, it's a hit or miss really. What can I say? SYLVEON is doing Farm Boy's work, but more notably, we see a pretty steep jump in the prices. From just $100 entries to this is about near $200 already. So eBay last sold about $180. Now I'm sure prices will come down, but these alternate art VMAXs are still gonna be ridiculously expensive, especially the more popular evolutions. It's not gonna be cheap either over at Japanese websites. $153 for Card Rush Japan and $180 over at UUT. Alright, at our 4th place, we have the ESPEON VMAX special promo card. So this is the free promo card that comes with the premium Eevee Heroes Evolution set. That's going for about like $500, $600 now, which is just ridiculous. But to be fair, this is an ESPEON, and ESPEON is a top tier evolution, so naturally it's gonna be expensive. Besides, the art looks absolutely amazing as well, to be fair. Much better than its V counterpart, if you ask me. So if you look carefully at this card, you can actually see Wingull surrounding it as it chews over someone's house. I mean, this looks like those olden, folkish houses, and I love it. But it's a really expensive card. But it's only the 4th spot because the top 3, they are simply monsters. Taking the third place is the GLACEON VMAX Hyper Rare Alternate Art. Now guys, make no mistake, the reason why this is bumped up so high is because there's a Pikachu in this card. So technically it is a Pikachu card, right? And it's not tiny like in the ESPEON where the wing gouts are almost unnoticeable. This Pikachu is quite prominently featured, and I can promise you when Pikachu lovers see this, their hands will get itchy. Okay, and also we see other Pokemon like Marill, Azumarill, Pancham, Feebas looking funny in the background, and even an Eevee. And I like the fact that GLACEON is looking directly at the Eevee. And I also love how everyone is just having a great time skating on ice. So such an amazing art. With the Pikachu and the GLACEON looking cool, makes this our third most expensive card in Eevee Heroes. So easy $200 card, guys. And I don't think many people are willing to let go of this also because of the Pikachu. So good luck getting one or pulling one. And guys, I guess the next two spots are no surprise, but we're gonna talk about them anyway. Let's go. So coming in at second place is the SYLVEON VMAX Hyper Rare Alternate Art. I don't think I've actually seen a real copy of this card over at social media, Instagram. Like, I see that Umbreon, but I don't really see this card. I wonder what's the pull rate on this. To me, this is the best card in Eevee Heroes. And even though this is the second most expensive, in my opinion, this is the best drawn, best designed art in the whole set. The art style, take a look at SYLVEON. It stays true to the natural, the original Pokemon style. The proportions and the dimensions are amazing, and the placements. Just one look, you can see that there's an amazing celebration going on. I love the vibe. And take a look at the multiple Eevees. There's one running towards SYLVEON, there's one just sleeping there, and there's even one on top of his tail. And then you see a cute Marshadow using one of, is that SYLVEON's tail, as a slide. And then you also see on the top left this flower Pokemon thing. And guys, do you see this? I think I see a Kangaskhan at the back. And heck, tells you how much Game Freak and Nintendo's love SYLVEON. There's even a Vaporeon, Evolution itself, looking up at it. This tells you the tier difference, guys. And not to mention all that confetti and the color splashes. I love it. Perfect card, a dream card, and a $300 card. Okay, you cannot escape from these prices. Eevee Heroes is just so fun to open, but the chase cards are so ridiculously expensive. Okay guys, so I know you've been waiting a long time. The king in Eevee Heroes is the Umbreon VMAX Alternate Art Hyper Rare. Now, the only reason why this card is the most expensive is because it's an Umbreon, and Umbreon is undisputedly the king of all evolutions. People love Umbreon. If you ask me artwork wise, design wise, I don't think it's all that impressive. Sure, it's a good looking card, especially the color work, but once again, the art style is kind of meh. The proportions are weird, and I mean, I'm expecting some sort of badass pose or Umbreon in action like the Rainbow Rare card, not looking like a small puppy reaching for food, or in this case, reaching for the moon. It looks kind of kiddie, no offense. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. And also, this is a single strike card, so like we've mentioned, single strike, rapid strike, they tend to be more expensive. Anyway, it is what it is. I remember when this card just first came out, people were listing it for $1,000. I pity the guy or girl who bought it at $1,000. Because you know the prices are gonna come down really quickly. It's just because when it was first released, Eevee Heroes was so hard to get. Anyway, there you go. Umbreon VMAX, the most expensive and valuable card in Eevee Heroes. Alright guys, so let me know in the comments what you think about this list. And I hope that it helped you in some way or another. For me, it's really fun making these kind of lists, and it's a refreshing break from just doing unboxing videos, because I personally love to find out the prices of the cards and do compare and contrast, but it really takes up a lot of time to research and film and edit especially. So I really appreciate if you enjoyed this video, you can give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And you can support me on Patreon if you think I deserve it, and it will help the channel grow so much faster. But if not, I want to thank you for spending your time watching this video anyway. So guys, the official release for Chilling Reign is almost around the corner, and I can't wait. I hope the Pokemon Center in Singapore opens up, and then we can take some amazing footage and vlogs for that. I'm so excited, I can't wait for that. So fingers crossed. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.